Hello, beautiful people. So, welcome back to another episode of the Audacity podcast with me, Ashante, and Dylan.
Hello. Shame, you think by now we'll get it right, eh?
I think so, yeah. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
So, everybody, so with this episode, we would just like to, have a conversation around who we are and just, him as a gay guy, I'm just as a transgender female. Just to have the conversation around it and how we started and not started, but how we realized that this is who I am and what I'm about. So Dylan, so can we tap into that?
Let's step into that. How about that?
How about that?
Tea served, honey. As you can see, also Ashanti was now brought brought and baked.
And
Like a
baked.
banana loaf. For the chats and the taps and the conversation and so forth. But yes. No, I forgot. What was your question?
So how did it start for you? What made you realize that this is who I am?
When I was younger, I knew there was, of course, something different about me. When I say younger, I mean literally when I was like, 3, 4 years old. And there's just something, of course, that you feel is different about you, man. And you just can't pinpoint because you're not like anyone else. You're not like your brother. You're not like your male cousins. You're not like your male friends. So it's that kind of thing where you struggle to understand what it is. You know what I mean, Ashanti? You struggle to understand. So I knew from a very young age, but of course I hid it for so long. And where I am now, I'm so proud of the man I am now and the version that I am now and the person that I am now. But of course, it's been a struggle. It's been a journey and a half, just navigating my sexuality, navigating my story, who I am, and wanting to be my authentic self. And I think that's something we can all relate to, right?
No, definitely for me as well. Like, it took some time as well.
Yeah.
It took some time to come out, speak to my parents. If I can speak about that, not really, I didn't even speak to my parents.
Oh.
My mom came to me and she was literally like, I know who you are.
Yeah.
It was like a moment for me,
Wow.
and it's just like, because people probably spoke about me, who I am and what I am. But then she just said, I know who you are, but look after you, Because I think some parents are really scared of just you getting hurt out there, or because there's a lot of stories out there.
Yeah.
So I think she just, at that moment, was just scared, like, okay, you are who you are, but to get hurt out there, but what about that? So I think
Mothers
coming
know.
out, so again?
I say mothers know.
Definitely, they know.
They have
from
this
young.
something about mothers. Something about mothers.
It's just, I think just sometimes they for themselves, they're like not scared or just worried, like,
Yes.
oh, what is this?
Yeah.
Because some of our parents don't know about, what even gay is, even that way. So they're not really educated. Not everyone, I'm not saying everyone don't know, but some of our parents don't really know what it is. So, but luckily for my mother, she just eased into it, and she went with it, This is what it is, I can't change it. So go with the flow, and she, I don't think she had to, but she just accepted.
Yeah, because there's nothing she could do about it. I mean, how do you say, look, this is not who you're supposed to be, this is not what you should be. All good and well, this is what our parents say, but I must say not all of us are as privileged to, you know what I mean, to have our parents come to us and say, oh, I see you, my child, I know who you are, take care. And I think you are so, how do I put it, privileged in a sense, can I use that word again? In a sense of like your mother coming to you and being able to have that conversation with you and just be gentle and loving towards you, because I know my story when I came out, I think, was it 2015, I think I came out, and me and my mom was walking, right? My mom was walking, and this was our thing that we were doing. And a part of me always, it was just, when it sits on your shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that when it sits here, like the whole world is just sitting here and you're like, you can't talk, you can't breathe, you just can't, move anything in your body, but you know this is the words that want to come out, but how do you even bring it up? So Mom and I, we're walking, and I'm like, Mom, I want to tell you something, you know? And Mom's like, okay, sure, what is it? You know? And then years ago when I was younger, I remember that specific part, right? When I was standing outside of the door, and my aunt and my mom was talking, and my aunt told my mom it would be better if your son come out of the closet.
Wow.
And me as a young boy then was like, I took it literal and I was like, I'm already out of the closet. What do you mean?
What do you mean? Yeah.
And then when I used that phrase to my mom when we were walking, I said, Mom, remember Auntie so and so said this? And Mom was like, So for me, I knew that wasn't all in my mind. I knew that wasn't like something I made up. That's something that was really a reality that I sort of didn't want to acknowledge for so long, and you know, almost detached myself from it. So when I told my mom was like, okay, yeah. And then I was like, Mom, yeah, I'm gay. And then Mom was like, okay. And I think we're halfway from the house, man. And then as we're walking, my mom finally gets home and my mom says, can I take a week? Can I take a week to process what's going on? And at the time, my mom was working, and where she was working, she had this gay married couple. And she's like, can I speak to them and just, you know, just speak to them about what's going on? And I said, yes, it's fine. And I think even then, as much as I told my mom and as much as she tried to process it and take it on, for me, it was still like, okay, it's still hard for Mom. I'm not ready. And then I shut again.
Oh, wow.
I shut down again. And then my mom, of course, took the week to process and go do her research, and that's what she did. And then she came back and she was okay, but it still felt scary to talk about it. It still felt like it was too much to talk about. And I think at that time I didn't yet make peace with who I am. I didn't accept yet, because then you have to almost make peace with yourself and who you are to stand steadfast and confident in who you are, right? And then of course I went, oh yeah, and then it gets darker and then it gets lighter again.
But that's a process, you know.
Yes.
And I think some people out there have it the hard way. You know, I've no friends. I have stories of people being put out, you know, of their houses just for being who they are. You know, people getting killed for just being who they are. So I think, for me personally, I think I had the easy way of just. I think because my family as well as my family, they just got used to it, and they just live life normal. Okay, you know. My dad was a bit, of course, male. I mean,
yes.
It was a bit hard for him to accept.
Yes.
You know, for who I am. Had some hard times, but we learn through that. You know, you as an individual become stronger because this is who I am. You know, I'm not going to change for anyone, no matter, because if you're going to change yourself for other people, you know, you're not going to live the authentic life or who you need to be. You know, live that life. You know, a happy life.
Yes.
So I think like the coming out was easy for me, but. There's so much stories out there that can be told, you know, and conversations we need to have around coming out and just being who you are. And and we can speak also about it's Pride Month, you know, and we need to speak about this conversation, this kind of things, and have this conversation around queer people, because it's just not gay people. You have bisexual people, trans people. This pansexual and all this kind of
sexuals,
and we need to have this conversation because a lot of heterosexual people don't really want to speak about it, you know, because this is what they know about it. You know, I've heard this many years ago, and this is how it is. You know, the Bible says this, and you know what I mean. But that's why we in this space to have this conversation around just queer people and how hard the darker side of it and the lighter side of it, because there's a lighter side to just being you as well.
Yeah. I think also, like you said, it's a space, right? Because I remember when I was about to come out, or I wanted to come out, I remember I watched so many stories, so many YouTube stories of like guys that came out to their parents, and funny enough, it's like it's almost like you look for that confidence, man. You look for that
it's okay.
Yes.
It's fine to come out.
Yes, it's like you got this, you know.
Yes.
But when you're alone, oh,
it
feels like you don't got it, eh? But my point that I'm making is that I hope that this video could be that I.
Oh wow.
You know, had when
you
I
can be
was
that one. You can be the one that someone else watching the video.
Yes.
And helping that person. You know, that confidence and that.
It's a full circle moment.
Yeah.
It's a full circle moment. Yes. So this is why the space has been created. This is why the Audacity is the Audacity. And this is why you have me, myself, a gay man, you have a transgender woman that is just living our true self and our true authentic self and being like, listen, we of course have our challenges, we of course have our battles, but it doesn't define who we are. It doesn't take us away from what we can be and who we can become, because now I stand proud. I mean, both of us, we stand proud in who we are, given the fact that it's Pride Month, and just celebrating ourselves. And I think also celebrating the people that has fought the battle leading up to us having the liberation to be ourselves and share these stories, you know, irrespective of your background, irrespective of your sexual orientation, because at the end of the day, this is who you are. And finding that courage and finding that strength to live within your authentic self. And that's why I say I literally advocate for self-improvement, self-growth, mental health, because it all is such a beautiful package when you think about it, because it all starts with you, you know.
I'm just thinking that now while you're talking, I'm like, it all starts with you, because the end of the day, you, like I said, you don't live your life for other people. This is your life. You get, I'm gonna say, you get a one chance in this life. So you need to make sure that you're always happy and make this life, because I go with, for me, you know, I'm really spiritual. You know, so I said God has planned my journey. In my mother's womb, He planned my journey, and this is the journey. Like I go with the motto, God leads and I follow. You know, and I follow. So if He planned it out for you already, who's anyone gonna tell you you're wrong or
different?
You know what I mean? So just be you, man, and enjoy life, and make sure yourself is happy. You are happy. So
when was that point, Ashanti? When is that point that you accepted yourself? When did that sort of that transition happen for you? Because I know that is very much an important part in our journey. You know,
it's very important. So I was 18 when coming out being gay.
Wow.
Okay, and for that time realizing that I just lived my life. It wasn't like at that time a turning point, you know, of okay, this is the moment, this is the time. You know, I lived life normal, you know, for the longest time, just being me and not putting a title or to it or something, a label to it, you know, that I'm gay. I just lived life, you know, and that's how it is. Coming trans, let me tell you this.
Yes.
Like, this is my first time speaking about this on a platform. You know, I didn't even speak to family about it. Honestly, like speak to family and say, this is what it is. Once again, I just lived life. One Christmas, I realized, I took the time out and just said, before Christmas, sorry, and I just said to myself, and I'm like, you know what, this is who you are. Why are you scared to go out there and dress yourself up and make yourself look the way you're supposed to look? What you feel on the inside and match it with the outside. And I was dressed up to church on that Christmas morning, got dressed up, makeup, everything. And it was like normal, you know? And I just had to take that step. Because for me, I was scared, you know, to take that step. And because I was like, this is the turning point, you know? Here I have to just live my life, you know, and be happy. and I got into my outfit and makeup, hair, everything, and the acceptance was so amazing.
Oh.
And I didn't know that I'm gonna go to a church, you know, and people would just be okay. No one looked at me weird or looked at me like, why? What's happening here? You know? So I think that week of Christmas 2 years ago, was like a turning point of just do it. And this 2 years later, that I'm just me and so happy. So happy. And I think that my peers, my people, my family just got used to it. The idea of this is what's happening because I lived my life. I'm gonna do it for me and I'm gonna go forward in life. You know? I'm not gonna care what you say because this is my life. And I took that leap of faith and I just went with it, and today I'm the happiest person.
Yeah.
Really, really happy.
Yeah. No, that's actually beautiful. That is so beautiful. For me, mine was when I was 25 years old actually. Yeah, when I was 25, I came out very late publicly, I think. And yeah, I took the step because then I was also in a relationship back then, so I was like, you know what, this is who I am, and I found the courage to do so. So I think that is what gave me the courage to be my authentic self and living my truth. And now it's 5 years, but at the end of the day, it's crazy because you're constantly coming out. I feel like you're constantly coming out. It's really just a thing. And it's almost like some people just always want an explanation all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a fine balance between just living your true authentic self and just saying like, I don't have time to explain to you, don't have the energy, and just continue, you know, moving along. But like I said, it's 5 years now, but I knew when I was younger, I knew it, but because I was afraid, because I was the one that held myself back, you know, and I was the hardest on myself. And then fast forwarding to where I am now, I am grateful for what I went through. It is the most crappiest sometimes, but you have to do the work. And like I said, I got a therapist in last year. I went to see a therapist just to deal with the trauma, just to deal with like my younger self and forgiving my younger self and saying thank you for what you knew back then. You know, you didn't know any better. You just knew what you knew. So it's like saying thank you, little Ashanti, thank you, little Dylan, for for being what you are back then. And then forgiving that part and really embracing who you are now and where you're going. And to the point that now I have a life coach, as we have coaches in rugby, in all these sports, I have a life coach, that coaches me and navigates my thoughts and just helps me get through certain challenges, which I'm telling you, it's absolutely amazing. And that's why I said it starts with you, certain people, how do I say, mirror what you need to fix within you.
Yeah.
100%. So it's that kind of thing that, look, is it something that you need to fix within you? Because I'm okay. Kind of thing. Because you've done the work. And we're constantly doing the work. We're always doing the work. Like I said, it's also mental health this month, might as well. So it's that kind of thing where you always have to make sure that you okay with you.
I like that you say that because if I can share with me, for the longest time I was okay, and you have your personal things going and a lot of things happening, and for me, mentally, on a daily, I actually coach myself. I do research. I have a mentor, but I do still on my own do research. So when I feel a certain way, if I'm dealing with something, I do research and listen to other people's stories and see what's the difference, or how do I relate to that story, and then I work on it because I had a lot of dark days as well. But the moment I go through the dark days, I learn from in that time. I learn in that time. So when I get into the light, or it's light and it's better, and I've learned something, you know.
Absolutely.
So on a daily, you know, just learn as you go, because for your mental state, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people go through a lot and then they go into depression, all these kind of things, which is not necessary, you know. I know our situations all different, our stories is different, but just for two ways to get, for me it was to get through, or to get even today, to get through what I'm dealing with. Just learn and educate yourself all the time, because for yourself, not for people, for yourself, for your well-being, for your mental state, because at the end of the day you need to control that, you know, because if you don't,
I love that because like I say, it's not that you necessarily have to get therapist maybe or a life coach, but it's also for you to take upon yourself, to, like Ashanti has said, you know, it's also the self, you know, it's what is it that I can do with what I have, and how do I become better, you know, in a better version. But yeah, it's a journey. It is. And if you're going through something similar, of course, just know that we've all been there. We've all been through it. And I think us sitting on this platform, being able to share this part of us, you know, I think that's in itself a celebration. That in itself is just a journey to just say like, we've been through it, and the experiences that we've been through, and just trusting the process. I mean, even more so now, but because you're now aware of that process, you're now more aware of like, okay, this is where we're going, and this is where you want to go. So given the fact that it's Pride Month, it's just celebrating who we are, and the mere fact that we're able to share this with you, our journey with you, and just let you know that at the end of the day, everything will be okay, because it starts with you and where you want to take it and what you want to heal from. You know.
And also make sure that you just do it for you.
You
know, that's very important, because if you do it for other people, it's not going to go the way you want it to be for yourself. That's very important, and celebrate you.
Celebrate you, honey.
Celebrate who you are, you know. And with a bit of advice, the sooner you get about coming out and being yourself, the sooner you do it, the better, you know. I know it's hard for some people. Sometimes religion stand in the way. Sometimes principles and, you know, a lot of things stand in the way. But we are here you can inbox us, you can speak to us. You know, we can assist you. We can, you know, or advise you to the right people. You know what I mean? So,
tap in.
Now it is that. Tap in. And, you know,
in the conversation, let us know. You know, talk to us. We are here, and that's why this is a safe space for you to vent and for you to air out what it is you want to talk about, and just have this conversation with us and what it is that you want us to talk about next. But with that being said, this is of course my story, out and about and out and proud, and living my truth and living my authentic self to the best that I can, because at the end of the day we only have one life, and you have to take care of your mental, emotional and spiritual being. So it all starts with you, honey. You must arrive in the place, in the body, in the version that you want to be. And I'm telling you, myself and Ashanti, we have arrived. We have arrived in the bodies and in the people and in the person we want to be. And yes, of course, we're striving for better and for more. But we have arrived, you know, with the work that we put in and that we continue to do. And yeah, we are a beacon of hope to say that, listen, you're also going through what you're going through, but at the end of the day, it will be okay. Just feel what you must feel. Don't block it out. And channel what you need to channel. And be your authentic self. And that, listen, like, share, comment. Please. I didn't believe that way. I'm like, but with that being said, thank you so much. It's been amazing. Thank you for sharing.
That's a pleasure. It's my first time sharing like that on a platform, but I'll do it for you.
Thank you.
What?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Why did you laugh?